I may have asked you this already on here. I can't remember. But if you could choose like your favorite Pokemon of all time, like if you
you asked me yesterday,
and you didn't answer.
No, because I don't know.
Well, like if you could like, obviously you have like the starters, that you choose from and whatnot, and those are a lot of people's favorites. But like, if there was one Pokemon that you wanted to be your Pokemon pal, that followed you around and was like your Pokemon.
That's funny. Your computer's open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go into Google, and then can you do that and just type in Pokemon? Yeah, do Google.
And just search Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's automatically doing a database because I look up too much Pokemon stuff.
Did you get the Pokeball?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you click that, it says catch Pokemon by searching their names.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you can just...
I don't think I can name all first gen of 151.
Yeah, that's just the
I
first
can name
gen.
a lot, but I don't think I can name all 151 first gens.
Well, no, it's funny. You know what's really funny about this? So it does that thing, who's that Pokemon?
Yeah.
It's doing that. And from the shapes, I actually know a lot of these ones from the original 151.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of blown away by that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so just from these little outlines, I remember Golduck. I remember really liking Golduck.
Okay, yeah. Psyduck or Golduck?
The blue one.
His
fuck Psyduck. Oh, yeah. Fuck him. No, he was annoying. But yeah, I remember liking Golduck. Slifer. Yeah, that one. He was cool.
Okay.
I liked him because he was flying too. He had flying type.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are just from these quick little images. Oh, no, I know, Machamp.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is that the four-armed one?
Yep. So yeah, it starts with Machop, goes to Machoke, goes to Machamp.
Machoke then. I like Machoke because he's got the little like...
Well, Machamp is the four-armed.
No four-armed. The two-armed.
Oh, you want the two? Oh, you want to keep him at the middle?
Yeah,
Don't
like
trade him?
Yeah,
Don't get him Machamp?
Yeah, I like the middle one. I always liked his like...
He's like a wrestler.
Yeah, well, he's like a strong man. Hop, hop. Yeah. I liked him a lot. Thought he was cool.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, so out of the 151, I'm going to go with that.
That's funny. You would have a fighting type as your starter, and mine would be Abra going to Alakazam, and I'd be a psychic type.
Oh, and then second is Machop. Is that his name with a little skull? No.
Oh, Cubone.
Cubone. That's his name. Cubone. I like Cubone.
Cubone's actually, yeah, I could get that. Yeah. All right, we ready for this?
Yeah, this is Tommy.
This is
Tommy Jacobs mixtape.
Are you ready for this?
You asked the question.
Are you ready for this? All right. Hi, guys. How you doing? Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice face.
I'm smiling like, what's his name? Ben Hardy.
Is that how he smiled?
Yeah, dude. In that movie, I don't know what was going on because... yeah, it was not...
Maybe I was too busy staring at his pecs.
Anyways, like every time it happened, we did it with him. Like, we're like, why is he doing that? Yes. Hi, welcome back to TJ's Mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob. We're a movie review podcast. We talk about movies, who's in them, who made them, kind of talk about some themes and plots, points, and then give it an arbitrary rating at the end.
See.
But before we do that, we play a game at the beginning of every episode. We randomly generate 2 stars the previous week and then connect them via co-stars and other movies that they were in. Last week was Kate Beckinsale to Sir Ian McKellen.
It was hard.
Really? I'm actually pretty proud of mine.
I had to use a Batman movie.
See, I
was struggling really hard.
I actually didn't use a single one of their big franchises.
I was struggling really hard. Like, also I realized I was trying to, because it's movies that I either remember them being in or I've seen them in. And I realized with Ian McKellen, other than like Lord of the Rings, I haven't really seen Ian McKellen.
No, that's fair. Or Magneto.
Yeah, or as Magneto.
That's a thing though with those big. It's like such a cool thing to do. Like he's Magneto and he's a great Magneto and he's a great Gandalf. But it's like those things just that, it's the Robert Downey Jr. thing that he talked about allegedly, and then went. You know what? We're gonna do a different character.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, well, did you just break out of this like kind of weird trap? I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of recognition. That's cool, but you're not really. all your other stuff just gets completely overshadowed
exactly.
by everything else, you know?
It's wild. And then Kate Beckinsale also, I really just haven't seen a lot of Kate Beckinsale films.
She's doing the Liam Neeson thing, kind of.
Like going more into the comedy realm now?
No, now she's in her, the Taken Liam Neeson phase, where she's doing these like middle-aged action movie. I was just looking at her IMDb and there's a lot of her side profile with her holding a gun. I saw like 4 of them. Like, and I was like, okay, so that's what we're doing right now. It's fine. I don't care.
Hey.
I'm not judging.
Hey,
I'm
just making money, yeah.
Just making an observation.
And then, the next step after that is...
she's going to be saving Liam Neeson.
No, it's just she's going to be working with Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, like maybe, she's going to have like...
On like the, Ted 5.
Yeah. Just noticed a lot of that.
That's funny. All right, so what was your connection then?
You didn't ever say yours.
Did you say yours?
No, I said, what was yours? And then you said, I used Batman, and then you just never said what it was.
Oh, because I didn't know you had asked. So I didn't hear that part. I apologize. All right. So Sir Ian McKellen is in The Da Vinci Code with Paul Bettany, who's in A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger, who's in The Dark Knight with Gary Oldman, who's in The Role of a Lifetime, Gary Oldman, Tiptoes with Kate Beckinsale.
You went to Tiptoes, huh?
I went to Tiptoes.
Mine was Kate Beckinsale's in Click with Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken is in The Stepford Wives with Nicole Kidman. And Nicole Kidman is in The Golden Compass with Sir Ian.
Who is he?
He's the polar bear.
Oh, that's right.
He's the voice of the polar bear.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was just thinking, we did do something with him, but I was like, I can't remember what, because again, I didn't see him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, right. He was the fucking polar bear in The Golden Compass.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was wild. I didn't even see that. I had to do like Google Movies and IMDb to really figure this one out. And it wasn't even on there because voice cast is generally overshadowed by a lot of things.
Well, and then I went to double check that it was him, but he did. If I went into his list and I switched it to popularity, and of course it's Lord of the Rings, X-Men, Lord of the Rings, like that going down, and then
the next one was Golden
Compass.
And not Da Vinci Code?
That was up there too.
Okay.
But again, the franchise is overshadowed. But even then, Da Vinci Code is still a franchise. He just dies in the first one. So
well, it's a franchise only by Tom Hanks' character. It's like because it's a.
I know. So he's still his third one on the list is still a big franchise, or it was a big franchise.
Yeah,
I don't think it has the same.
Or trilogy? Did they do? Was there 3? Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons.
Was there only 2?
I think there was only 2.
I thought there were.
I think there's more books.
Maybe they're planning on doing 3. Anyways. At the end of this episode, we will randomly generate 2 more people. Play along in the comments if you would like.
Yeah.
But we need to get into...
That's true. The movie.
So we are doing this new thing for the next few weeks, however long it happens.
However long, yeah.
We're doing a through line. So basically, we're going to start... We started with Guns of Kimbo, and we're going to take turns picking something from that to lead into the next film. So what was your through line again?
Natasha, Leo, Bordizzo. Or Bordizzo, I'm not sure actually, to The Voyeurs, which is an Amazon Prime original that was a streaming success.
Whatever the fuck that means. That feels so Amazon. It exceeded our expectations. Hi, I'm normal.
I wonder why so many people watch this movie.
I wonder. Let's start off with, did you like it?
Well, actually, before that, why don't you give the synopsis?
Oh, yeah. So I wrote a really crappy one, and I really wasn't proud of it, so I erased it and wrote a new one on the bottom. It's kind of wordy, but it just... Anyways. Realizing that you can see the intimate details of their neighbors' lives, a couple turns from interested to obsessed.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And I enjoyed it until... I didn't until the revenge arc at the end. I thought it was an interesting, it was tense and it was uncomfortable of like all of the choices and actions that people were doing.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying that journey. And then it got to the last 15
fucking third arc that it got into.
It's just like, this is, and I was like, you just ruined what this could have been.
In the last 30 minutes, it did that Lord of the Rings thing, funny enough, where it felt like it could have ended 3 times, and you're like, oh no, we're still going? What? Oh, what now?
Did you know that? So on IMDb, I think it is, or maybe it's on Amazon. This is also credited, or it's one of his genres is young adult fiction.
Yeah, it's because they're young adults.
I don't know. When you say young adult, to me,
I know what
that feels teenager.
I know
to
where
me.
you're going with that,
Yeah.
but I think that this is like 50 Shades of Grey, but for young adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway,
As young adult as you can get with the subject material, you know, like the youngest we can get with these people is like 20. You know what I mean? Anything younger, it starts to get euphoric.
yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, absolutely hated it.
I
figured because like stuff like this isn't your cup of tea.
No, that's completely untrue. I do like the thriller thing.
No. I mean, like I've talked with you. It's more of the, like unfaithfulness type shit.
I don't really care about that shit anymore.
Okay.
That doesn't really bug me. My thing with this is that I see very much what they were doing, but I feel like they just made bad calls left and right, and what was left was a really pretty turd. Because it doesn't feel like there's anything. There is no soul to this. This whole thing to me really felt like an AI wrote it.
I mean, fair.
And with it being Amazon, this felt like a psychological erotic thriller for Amazon tech bros.
So one of the things that I kind of felt like this, because like the way, especially like just the dialogue is always feeling very expository, even through to the end. It feels like it's trying to tell you
what you should be thinking and feeling.
And what I realized, like, oh, this is like the pinnacle or the beginning of the movie that's designed for you can follow while you're on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I think. But also, I think off the bat, your casting for our two leads and even their counterparts, fucking terrible. I have not seen less on-screen chemistry in a fucking minute between Sweeney and Justice.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Who went, you know what? These two. Both, I'm like, dude, like, is every scene your first time meeting? Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like we're doing like dress rehearsal here.
Well, dude, like, all right. So one last thing, then we'll get into the nitty or the backgrounds, whatever. Every single moment that she would be like sneaking looking with the binoculars, and then he'd come in the room and she's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, like I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is awful acting and awful directing.
And that's like the thing too. You're like, okay, what is he? You're just sitting in your dark apartment next to the window. Oh, I'm just on my phone.
Yeah. You're not being very
you're not being very sneaky about your obsession. Which does lead,
like, when he's like, am I not enough for you? Like, his crash out, or like his like everything. I mean, I don't know. It also gets really fucking weird.
Convoluted and weird. Okay, yeah. So again, and the thing I really want to like preface with and put out at the beginning, at the top of this, is like, I don't want it to come off like, especially because we have a writer and director, I'm not attacking that writer and director solely. I'm attacking the whole production.
Yeah.
Only because of the fact that I just think that it just off the bat didn't.
I want to see other stuff that he's done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
and like I did watch his short, the grapefruit or the pink grapefruit, which is like it was like 10 minutes long, and that was actually kind of visually compelling and interesting about like two people kind of like a forced meet cute type thing. But
so it's Michael
Mohan
who did Pink Grapefruit, a show called Everything Sucks, which actually sounds kind of interesting.
Sydney Sweeney was in that too.
Yeah, like it's in Oregon. Members of a high school AV club clash with the drama club. That's
sounds
funny.
Fun. Yeah,
sounds like it's 2018.
It has one season and probably got canceled. So
probably
not good, but it'd be fun to just get.
I mean, it's got a 7.4 out of 10.
Yeah,
sure. And also, it doesn't say. It says 2018, and there's no end date. So maybe maybe one day. And then more recently, from like 2 years ago, some other Sydney Sweeney joint called Immaculate.
It's like a horror movie,
like a nun thing. I don't know. I'd watch it for that. I like a good haunted nun demonology thing.
I feel like it came out. There was a lot of press around it, and then I don't think it did well.
Nothing ever happened with it.
Yeah,
no.
Well, which goes to show that Michael Mohan really likes to work with our leading star, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. I like how we were talking last week about how I don't really care for her. Again, not attack on her character. I don't know anything about her. I'm just making that very clear. Don't know anything about her. Just from her career, the things I've seen, don't really like. And then you end up picking a movie where she is the most unlikable person.
Right.
And I'm already kind of like, well, maybe those make me... Nope, didn't help at all. I hated this person. Pippa can fuck off.
Pippa was misguided.
Anyways, Sweeney Todd. Sydney Sweeney, Euphoria. This movie.
Anyone But You.
Anyone But You, which is that new rom-com she was in, right?
Yeah.
With, what's his name?
Which has some funny moments in it, actually.
You actually watched it, right?
I was just like on TV while I was folding boxes at work.
Sure.
I was like, sure, why not? It's just like, so I watched it without any sound, you know? She's in Madam Web.
Season of White Lotus. White Lotus is just coming to those things. I feel like if you were to throw like a dart now at an actor, they might be in White Lotus.
At some point, yeah.
At some point.
And then we got Justice. Oh, yeah, she plays Pippa. Justice Smith, her counterpart, plays Thomas. He's in D&D Honor Among Thieves. I Saw the TV Glow.
Detective Pikachu.
Yep. Not a big career so far.
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
He's pretty young though.
Yeah. But also, what was going on with his mouth in this?
That's just how he talks.
Not at all. He didn't talk like that in D&D.
He didn't talk that much in D&D, but Detective Pikachu, that's how he talked the entire time.
Oh man,
that's how I remember it at least.
I mean, maybe just.
And also, he is getting older, so maybe it's just his voice is getting deeper. I don't know.
But it sounds like he's talking through the front of his mouth, like he's chewing on something constantly.
Listen, watch the big review. This whole movie's AI, the entire thing, beginning to end. And then our other couple, Ben Hardy, who plays Sebastian or Seb.
He's Angel in X-Men Apocalypse.
He's one of the band members in Bohemian Rhapsody, I think.
Yeah, Roger Taylor.
Yeah.
Which I don't really remember.
I don't either. I don't really remember any of the other bandmates in that, to be honest.
I vaguely do. I mean, I do.
I see a lot of long hair. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
In my head, like it's just like a kind of a blur of a face and then long hair.
And then Natasha Liu Bordizzo, who we talked about last week. She's against Kimbo. She plays Julia. She's Sabine in Mandalorian. Or Ahsoka.
And the bad guy in Day Shift, that Jamie Foxx vampire movie in LA, which is actually pretty funny.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, it's great. Okay. I really like it.
That was like almost on my list of a review.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch that. It's fun.
But I was like, okay, so I wanted to do this movie because it was outside of the box of pretty much anything that we generally ever do review.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your pen. I was like, what the fuck did you just pull off that thing?
No, Day Shift is a very fun, just vampire comedy horror thing.
Yeah.
And then I put Greatest Showman, but I don't remember her in that.
I've never seen The Greatest Showman, so. All right. Well, that's all of our starring. So I guess we can get into some reviews and start getting into talking about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess we never said when it came out. Streaming September 10th on 2021.
That's what made me think about that thing to tell you about on Thursday. Well, it was like, hey, what happened on Thursday? With the age guessing game.
Oh, why did that?
September 10th.
Oh, because that's a day away.
Yeah. I was like, that. Yeah. That's what made me think. I was like, oh, yeah, here's something inappropriate to talk about while we set up. Anyways.
Never forget.
Never forget. And you forgot.
Well, because
I know.
I'm not going to take September 10th.
It's a joke.
So on IMDb, this has got a 6.1. And then on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 45% tomato meter and a 45% popcorn. Very rare when you see them match up like that. And I thought it was kind of interesting. And I feel like it's all very fitting numbers.
On Metacritic has a 54, which comes to mixed or average, which I thought was very generous. With 4 positive, 4 mixed, and 1 negative. Actually, I wrote down a few because they're all pretty short. And I kind of felt like, anyways, I don't have to explain myself. Anyways. With an 80 at Screen Rant by Firdousa Abdi. In The Voyeurs, writer-director Mohan takes all of the lessons of the truly wild erotic thrillers of the 90s and brings them into a modern age. With a dose of Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window and Brian De Palma's Body Double, The Voyeurs perfectly captures all there is to love about the genre.
Sure. I mean, everything up to that really last statement.
I see what they are saying, and the only thing that makes me go, okay, it kind of... I was thinking about how to word this earlier. The comparison game is always dangerous in movies, in any media, really, because what is the biggest killer of joy is comparison.
Yeah.
So... to do that doesn't really work. But when you do bring up these things of like, someone reads this and they go, oh, I really liked this movie. And they go, Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window or De Palma's Body Double. Now they're going to go watch those. So now they're going to go watch So if this is like a gateway to
some good films,
some erotic thrillers
Yeah.
that from back in the day, then great.
well,
so-
Rear Window's not an erotic thriller, but
You know what I mean.
yeah.
You
Or
know.
even just like to go back, but also bring up the '90s erotic thrillers. That
yeah.
which is I felt this is a lot more coded with that.
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, without the femme fatale type thing.
Yeah, they kind of really try and get that in there.
That was,
But
God.
another positive, low positive, but with 63 by Mark Hansen at Slant. It's hard to deny that Michael Mohan's preposterous fable doesn't exert the dark pull of voyeurism itself.
I like that they called it a fable
Yes, I thought that was good too.
because that is like an overarching like the message of like what this is all about. It was supposed to be until it wasn't. Ugh. Yeah.
With a mix at 58 by Lauren J. Coates at the playlist. From the stiff leading performances to the clunky, pretentious dialogue, The Voyeurs often feels like an amateur outing, but there's also genuine wit in the film's visual storytelling, particularly a number of clever match cuts, and an unpredictable enough payoff in the third act that it makes for a fresh, memorable viewing experience.
Don't know if I agree with that last bit.
I don't think the fresh thing, but memorable.
But yeah, memorable for you to be like, wow, what a fucking hot piece of garbage I turned into.
Yeah, or like, oh yeah, someone's gonna be the voyeur, like some random. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's gotta be there.
Because like, I really liked the editing of this film. How it went between like the eyes to
And the eggs and yeah.
to even just like the shots of inside the other people's open window space.
I'm glad that's the only thing I liked about this movie.
Yeah.
Which actually that's part of my through line. My through line is the cinematography. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
Because that's what I meant. It's a very pretty turd.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to the actual visuals, that not only those parts of Montreal that they're in are just a very industrial, modern, aesthetically kind of pleasing, just in a kind of a gray, depressing way, but it just was an interesting setting, And yeah, just the transitional shots and everything were, I just thought really cool.
They were. And
it was really clean and nice. And then they started talking and you're like, what the fuck happened to it was almost like just a pretty, like that, just cut all of them out. And there you go. You have that like as a ambiance video.
Well, it's like, what I really found interesting is like, yeah, all the acting is stiff. The dialogue is very forced in a lot of ways, but I'm a person that it's like, if I'm watching something and a thriller like this, in a sense, someone making continuously bad choices makes me want to see the outcome.
Yeah.
So like, I'm compelled to see
how it ends.
What kind of, trash fire Pippa's creating, you know? Cause yeah, I mean, she's literally like, so in the quick full arc of the film is that Pippa and Thomas get a new house or a new apartment, or say loft, open windows, get some fucking curtains. God damn it. So you don't do what happened, which you end up looking across the way to your really hot neighbors having sex, and then you just weirdly become obsessed with them and want to hear what they're talking about, want to hear what's like, it becomes like a weird stalker situation.
Yeah. But it becomes a stalker situation with no real inciting action.
It just
happens because it happens.
Yeah, it just happens because it happens. And you get there is like kind of a weird inciting moment of when she wakes up in the middle of the night and she does weirdly become obsessed with Sebastian.
Yeah, but there's no reason we don't get enough of like their character from the get-go to one, be invested in their stalking, or two, really even get an inkling of that she has this tendency already. It kind of feels out of left field.
Well,
from a story,
if anything, she's talking about like their expository of like, oh, he like was a punk rock guy, blah 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 blah, and she's like, I was in school and I did everything right, and I want to do something wrong. And
yeah, but
that's setting up with this. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, that's what that's. It
yeah,
is.
that's what
that
it
is. That is what it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No. And so their obsession goes to the point where they somehow use a laser pointer to list like with the vibrations and a mirror
Yeah,
to
I was
listen
really
in
curious.
on their conversation.
I was curious about
if that is actually if that could work. And then it's like, and they find out that Seb's cheating on her and he's maybe abusive towards Julia. And Julia somehow ends up at the optometrist office place that Pippa works. They become friends. Pippa wants to tell her that she's cheating. And then through the connection of like finding out that she has a wireless printer, she starts printing out through the printer like what's like he's your husband's
Holy shit,
cheating
it's
on
real.
you. Yeah.
A laser microphone.
Yeah. I didn't feel like that was it was such a far-fetched idea that it would be weird for him to just like create that to not be real, you know? Like I feel like he did research to be like, yeah, that's good work. Or maybe he learned about that in the entire movie.
A laser microphone does not need a mirror. It reflects off the front of the glass, which is its primary advantage. It doesn't require access to a room to listen to it. If you had access, you'd plant a bug. In fact, passing a laser through the window in both directions would likely cancel any information from sound wave vibrations.
So then the way that they do it wouldn't technically work.
I guess not. Well, that's someone put that on IMDb. I don't know how true that is, but
fair.
I found a couple articles about the laser microphone thing. That's kind of crazy.
Like just picking up, like it's picking up vibrations type thing.
Yeah, but it also looks like it's a real fucking apparatus. Like it doesn't look like
a laser pointer with
you're
with his
high school drama teacher.
A laser pointer with his home studio.
Yeah, like it looks like a thing. You know what I mean? But whatever.
So yeah, they listen on it, and then she reveals, and then Julia takes her life.
Why are you doing the play-by-play thing?
It's just kind of just to get it fresh in my head right now.
Oh, okay.
And it's also like this play-by-play. It's like it's a weird movie to like if you don't know the big moments that happen, you don't get why it happens the way it happens. That was the dumbest statement I've ever said in my life.
No, but I think there's a shorter way to do that.
Anywho, I forget where I was at on why I was doing it for a reason. What was I talking about before that?
I don't know. We were doing reviews, and then you went on a long tangent, and it turned into the point by point.
No, we were talking about her doing why she's the way she is.
Well, yeah, that all came from... I was doing one of the mixed reviews. Oh, it started because a fresh, memorable viewing experience. And they were talking about the ending, and...
I mean, I guess we should just talk about the elephant in the room, the ending.
Can I finish the review?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought that was a review that you'd already done.
No, I was doing the negative one next.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going off. I thought you'd already finished your reviews.
It doesn't really, because this is kind of what you just said. Writer-director Mohan's drama, quote-unquote, tries to be a modern Rear Window, emphasis on rear, but Hitchcock it ain't. The Voyeur is a cheap, never-ending trifle that takes itself more seriously than Hamlet.
Wow, damn, rough.
That's the only reason I want to read that one. I liked the more interesting than Hamlet. Or more, yeah.
So
seriously.
What ends up happening by the end of it is Pippa ends up having an affair with Seb. And, well, maybe not an affair because they've broken up because Thomas breaks up with her because of her choices of telling Julia. It appears that Julia has taken her life. And...
Well, let's go back to that real quick with the whole Thomas thing. Because even then, it's like Pippa is really the inciting act in a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of pushing it. But he's also not being a goddamn grown-up either and putting his foot down and being like, no, like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And I get it's because she's pretty and she's his girlfriend. And, you know, but at a certain point, if you really are like this morally opposed to it, you do need to actually stand up to the person and have the conflict.
And there's moments where it seems like he's trying to do that,
but he's not really
doing it.
Yeah. It's like he's like almost chickening out at the last second, and that becomes the issue. Because then he has this whole crash out and he goes off on her and blaming her for the suicide. And you're kind of like,
it was like, ew.
Like, I get it. But no, I get you're freaking.
It's
but
like
also
at
like,
this moment, it's like you need to be with your partner more.
Yeah, but
she's going to spiral.
That's a lot, though. Too. That's a lot of things. You know, you found out about the her sending the text,
printer?
the printer thing.
Yeah.
Crazy. Fucking crazy.
Wild. When she was doing that, I was like, oh my God, this is actually happening.
And then you see Julia go in and they're all watching almost murder. Doesn't happen. Then they wake up and there is someone dead. And, that is a lot in a short window to like process. Yeah. So him beelining it out of there, I don't really blame him that much.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, yeah, in the moment saying something. I mean, because he is also coming back later. Looks like he's wanting to.
Yeah, with flowers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, then finally, with this and being the anxiety action of Pippa finally being, again, a complete psycho. That's some psycho ass shit. The guy, she's still watching him.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously drinking himself into a stupor, breaks the bottle, goes down to the bar. She then follows him to the bar and then, like, kind of sets up her own weird, twisted meet cute.
Yeah.
And they sleep together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then also she lets him, and then, I don't know, that whole thing too, and she's like, you seduced me. I'm like, girl,
no.
You were a willing participant from the moment you started watching him. Like, you wanted to. I do, and again, that goes to the cinematography thing. I did think it was fucking rad when she was like in the apartment. She was in their apartment,
like in her mind.
When she was just like,
yeah.
I thought I was like, that's cool. That's actually
like imagine. See, that's the thing is that there is moments. It does.
It just needs to be in a better movie.
it builds this sense of she has this weird obsession with. If it's unclear if it's of Seb, of their apartment, of their life, their relationship.
It's the life, which everything falls under that umbrella.
Yeah,
she just has this.
It's kind of like all of it. She's just it's obsessed with what she doesn't have. It's the Aesop's fable that she kind of tells.
Yeah.
Which it's a little bit on the nose.
That's the pretentious dialogue thing.
Exactly, yeah. And like we get all of that, and then that's when like my favorite part of the movie was the reveal that Julia was alive, and all of this was a setup for an art installation.
Fucking hated that.
I liked it because it made the movie like it was trying to make a statement at that point. I was like, oh fuck, that's crazy.
That's why I had an issue with it, because that was the most interesting thing about the movie, and it wasn't that interesting.
It's like, what?
Well, it felt like, ooh.
Well, I think, and that's where if they would have had that be more of like the finality, and then like what that outcome looked like, as opposed to going into then her
the femme fatale thing, yeah.
Like, that's what ruins it, because then it's like, well, what the fuck was... Because, so there's this play called The Shape of Things by Neil Butte, and it's pretty much has a art installation reveal like this does. The entire play is, I think the main character's name is Ben. He's just like a regular average dude, a little chubbier, glasses, nerdy, this beautiful... They're all in college. This beautiful young woman, bumps into each other, and she, asks him out on a date. He's just completely bewildered that this beautiful girl would want to go on a date with him. Through the course of the play, there's weird tension between like his friends and her, as he slowly like gets more fit, changes his clothes, gets contacts, like better lifestyle changes. Because she's asking him, like, it would be kind of nice, you look kind of cute without glasses. Have you ever thought about contacts? Oh, just if you were to go to the gym just for a half hour every couple of days, you'd lose a little bit of this weight. If you didn't eat all of this Mountain Dew and blah, 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 change your diet, better lifestyle things. The play comes to, it's like climax is her art installation. And she's an art major, so it's like her entire year, her art installation, he was the project. And the reveal is him coming in, and she's like, this is how he was before I met him, and this is how he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the question becomes, is this art within the, obviously it's cruel, because like she's manipulating this man for an ulterior motive that he does not know. And now it's just exploitative. And then so is it still artful or art if it's exploitative? It might be interesting, and people be like, oh my God, this is a crazy thing you manipulated this human being into into this big thing, and now there's just like the spotlight's on them with fucking egg on their face because like, oh my god, how could I let this happen to me? You know, and it makes everything that just happens feel very disingenuous. So the person who's the subject now becomes alienated, you know, and so how is that now art? And then so it becomes a question I feel like where this movie could have gone is like if it's an idea of voyeurism, where does it become like a installation about what voyeurism is to an exploitative nature, manipulative thing about being a voyeur, you know? Like that's where it's like I was like, oh my god, there's so much conversation you could have with something like this. And then she fucking, you know, drugs them and blinds them and like has a revenge arc type thing, which was the most like reaching and unrealistic like ending to an already a very unrealistic like
no, well, this movie's having
thing.
an identity crisis.
Yeah.
And because also they're doing this thing where they're doing an erotic thriller, but they almost don't want to pay too much homage to the ones that came before.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want a single white female it. They don't want to do these things. And you're like, yeah, but those movies are iconic for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
So if she did, because that's the thing I was saying earlier, like, yeah, fine, do a single white female, but for this generation with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Who cares? They all are repeated and everything. And yeah, it's like Don't Worry, Darling to Stepford Wives.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you like Don't Worry, Darling? Check out Stepford Wives. Same kind of vibe, but a dark comedy, very different in a lot of ways.
Dark comedy versus psychological thrillers.
Yeah, but it's, if you like this, so you like the premise that you're talking about, then check this other thing out.
Yeah.
It's a completely different genre, but it's the same boiled down.
Because like the whole thing where it's like the reveal of like, oh, like she sees the dead birds and she pieces together that
He's been murdered.
Thomas was poisoned, and then Julia came in and hung him. It was like, also, if that is the truth, I mean, you could be also feeding her a delusion. Maybe she's wrong about this. Like this is all speculation.
Maybe birds just shouldn't be drinking that kind of water that he was drinking.
Exactly. You know?
I don't fucking know.
Because like, if that is the truth, then that would have to imply that Julia knew Thomas was going to come back into the loft that night, poisoned that water that he's going to be drinking. Like, there's too many loose factors for that to be the truth. And yet it's presented as if it is. Although it is fucking wild that what she did was, you know, cataracts their eyes, laser them to make them blind. Like,
and that felt really, what is that called? Last House on the Left. That whole thing.
like revenge porn type thing.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
What are you looking?
If that...
If what?
I was just gonna say.
But if that water is bad for birds.
For birds. I'm just curious. I'm like, wait, maybe that's like a thing that we're...
What was the water that he was drinking?
Specialized chlorophyll water.
Chlorophyll. What is that? Because it looks like he was drinking just like black water, which is weird. You anybody out there who know this? You want to?
See what's it called? Specialized chlorophyll water, often branded simply as chlorophyll water, is a wellness beverage made by mixing water with water-soluble derivative of natural chlorophyll called chlorophyllin.
Okay.
It's chlorophyll. Yeah. So it shouldn't be poisonous to birds.
So yeah, it probably is.
But caution is necessary due to additives, stabilizers, or high nutrient concentrations that can harm a bird's sensitive system. While chlorophyll itself is safe, pigment, unrelated additives may digestive issues, nutrients imbalance, making plain filtered water best safest choice. So in theory,
it could have killed those birds.
It could have been the type of water he put in there, which I did also find kind of crazy that he put that water in there
for the birds.
Yeah, that was weird to me. But maybe that's like a world we don't know enough of. So it's like, well, maybe to someone that does drink this, like, oh, you should give that to birds. Like the birds might kill. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Maybe
I don't know. It's just like it's a very. I mean, it was already.
Does she ever admit it? I don't actually remember.
Who, Julia?
Yeah. Does she ever actually admit to doing it?
No. She's like, you don't know what you're talking about at all, and then she passes out.
We actually never get to know.
No. So it could. Yeah. It really could be an open interpretation thing. Like, do you think she was right? Do you think she was wrong? Also, the final shot is through the binoculars, through that one shattered binocular on top of her, as if Pippa is now a shattered person. You know?
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of interesting cinematography in this movie, so I'm glad you chose that. But it's like, oh God, where was that? Oh yeah, it's like that reveal of already you had a crazy reveal of Julia not taking her life and this entire staged voyeurism thing for this art installation, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy reveal, crazy twist for what this movie had been a crazy weird ride for. Unfortunate for Pippa to make all of these horrible choices that now feels placed like breadcrumbs for her to follow.
Yeah.
Leading to her boyfriend's or fiance's, untimely, death, taking his life or being murdered, which one we don't know. But then, yeah, to have it come back around and be this other big reveal of, oh, but they actually set this up. So she's a murderer? Julia literally murdered somebody for her art? Like, that's fucking wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, it's like we're not getting enough of, I don't know. Yeah, that really.
And Seb feels guilt, and like Seb's guilt, like anger and guilt about all of this, feels more out of like a realizing like maybe we took this too far. And maybe guilt of like feeling, guilty. He probably did feel guilty for the guy's death, even if he eventually did it or didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like
you already executed it, so you already fucked it up,
Well, it's just the identity crisis thing. Like, it would have been more interesting if it was a single white female thing and Pippa is trying to become Julia. That's always that's a fun. It's a trope, sure, but it's a fun trope to go down.
And it only hinted at that so much.
Yeah, or Julia is a femme fatale, because we keep talking about it with the goddamn glasses.
Right.
She is a femme fatale, so let's really lean into that. And now Pippa is in Julia's sights because of the fact that she seems to be wanting to be with Seb. Those two right there, actually, perfect. I think it really is the art exposition thing that kind of fucks it up weirdly, because it makes it like, it tries to make it takes itself too seriously at that point. But yeah, if you could do that. You could do femme fatale where Pippa wants to be Julia and is trying to take over Julia's place, and Julia the entire time's a fucking psycho, but you just don't really get hints at it. And then Pippa's like, well, now I'm in the cage with the lion. I didn't realize that. And now Julia's trying to kill Pip, like. But
I mean, it's hard. Like that, all of that then takes away from Michael Mohan's attempt at trying to make some type of statement about voyeurism and art.
Yeah, but that's
being voyeuristic.
Yeah, but even then, honestly, like I was thinking about this last night too. Thomas didn't even need to be fucking in the movie. He was a completely unnecessary character, actually. You didn't need the boyfriend dynamic at all to make this work. You could have just had, because let's be real, I don't know. A lot of Sydney's stuff ever since Euphoria has just felt very exploitive of a young actress.
Of like getting her body on.
Yeah, getting her naked. And that this kind of just felt like that. I've always felt kind of weird about the fact that, especially because she was, I don't know.
I think she's only done nudity in, I don't know if she did it in White Lotus. I don't think she did. Maybe she did. I didn't get that far enough in White Lotus.
But again, I don't know her. I don't know
Euphoria and this.
Did she do it a lot in Euphoria? I've never actually really watched a lot of Euphoria. So.
As to my knowledge, yeah, she has done a lot. Because, well, especially in this new season, she's like an OnlyFans, like cam girl type thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's doing...
I've seen like pictures of her like a dog.
Yeah. She's doing like fetish play. And that's kind of like the controversy that people have been talking about with online is like, did they go too far with her character type thing?
I mean, I think you'd have to really know the character.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her. I know there's her as a dog and there's like a meme of her crying.
Yeah. In the mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's from season 1.
That's my two. Sydney Sweeney. And then Rue selling drugs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. Oh, and then the one lady sleeping with her friend's dad. The guy that just passed away. The doctor.
Yeah.
From Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
I know about that story arc. That's like the first... I think that's what it was. That's like the first episode. And I went, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
I'm good. Yeah. Like, I'm okay. This is too much right now. And I just never got back on it.
I will say, I mean, it's... the cinematography of this movie was absolutely wonderful. And I see what you're saying. Like, if they would have just like really leaned into like more like the femme fatale thing.
Because you can still do the voyeurism thing. You can't.
It would have been a little bit harder on, I don't know. It's like, it's I think like kind of like what we're having like a divide here is because like my favorite moment was the art reveal.
And mine, I could have done without that.
Yeah. Because I feel like the art reveal made the movie attempting to be something more and actually make a statement that I was like, oh, this is interesting. But then I felt like the femme fatale part at the end took away all of that. So it's like you had this big reveal, this really awesome statement, and you decided to say, no, let's not worry about that.
Well, that might be what it is too. It's like maybe then you can make a movie without a statement. You can.
Yeah.
Especially if it is something, if you're just being like, what happens when a person becomes obsessed with I'm trying to think of a better way to word, but just that, if you really want to boil it down, what happens when a woman gets obsessed with a couple across the way?
Yeah.
Cool. That's what we're going to do. And then it's going to spiral out and there's going to be a lot of death and lives destroyed.
It's like what happens when someone becomes obsessed, but then are you talking about like taking out like the leaving the breadcrumbs of like them manipulating?
Just like all of it. Cause even then, like,
cause I feel like you could still have that. Like, I guess, get rid of the art installation, but now these two people are just fucking like they're not artists doing this for an artistic reason. They're just fucking crazy people.
Yeah. But I think that would have
trying to like bring someone into like their twisted game.
Yeah.
Their twisted sex game.
Yeah. Because even then it's like, you could really do this thing, either way, you could have Pippa going in, not realizing how psycho Seb is, or you could still have her have this weird 50 Shades of Grey kind of attraction to him, even though she knows that's kind of like the attraction. But then lo and behold, the real crazy one is the femme fatale, Julia. She's the one that's really pulling the strings. There you go. That just feels more interesting to me. Mm-hmm. And a entertainment, just sitting there watching a thriller for a night thing, like that doesn't need to say anything particularly. But it's like, there's just a lot of things. I don't know. Like even she goes over to his apartment after she has killed herself, which is just, I'm sorry. That's just fucking wild to me.
No, dude, like every single like choice that Pippa makes post Julia's like death.
It's starting at the sending the fucking faxes over. That was crazy. That
it's crazy, but I mean, still at that point, I feel like it's uncomfortable, justified that justification that she's trying to help somebody out in need, because the way that they
in the creepiest possible way.
Yeah, in the most wrong, awful fucking way. That you're trying to find some weird anonymity to it, so then she doesn't have to do it face to face. She doesn't have the balls to say
exactly. No, it's like if you really are that concerned, and that's like one of those things like Tom is. If you're really that concerned, you need to go have coffee and face to face explain to her what's going on.
But that's not an interesting movie. An interesting movie is her sending.
It is because then if you go back to the femme fatale thing, Julia's a crazy person, and now you're in her fucking radar. Boom. There's your interesting.
One thing.
Pippa's trying to be a good person, and it just blows up in her face.
Though one of the craziest like arcs from this, and then I think we should grade this and get the fuck out. Without knowing that Julia and Seb have kind of like been setting up these breadcrumbs the entire time. Pippa's like in this awkward, stuck situation of like they go over there and they like listen to the stuff, and now she's like, well, I want to tell her how do we save her from this? And then Julia shows up at her work and she's like, okay. And she could have just left like, here are glasses for you. Have a good day. But then Julia's like, you want to hang out? And she's like, yeah, I would love that. Just say no.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the identity crisis thing, because that's leading into single white female.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to get in with this person and wear her skin.
Gets into this like back corner of you're never going to ever actually be able to have an honest, true friendship with this
because
person.
Of how it started.
Because of how it started. Exactly. And it's just like, it's uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable and interesting to watch that, unfold. Even to the printing of it. Mind you, I didn't know where it was going to go after that, but like I was invested in like how this was going to unfold because of how Pippa was making all these weird wrong choices.
Well, but I was also curious about with the suicide, wouldn't that at least for the day be considered a crime scene? Yeah, like yeah, my wife killed herself. Yeah, okay, buddy. You know what I mean? Don't they go like, we're going to look into that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Like at least for the day, like this has been less than 24 hours.
That is a big problem. It's like there's a lot of
like continuity, like this isn't how the real world works.
I mean, continuity isn't the right word. It's
Maybe Montreal, they don't give a shit.
unrealistic.
I don't know. Maybe it's Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Canada's
sure.
like, nah.
Canada's like, yeah, they killed her. Cool. She killed herself. Better ya.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, there's also, it's just because that all happens in one day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's fucking crazy.
And it's like in the morning she's taken her life, she's taken away. Seb's drink and
that night
Thomas freaks out and is like, I can't love you. I talk to the children in my front of my mouth. And it bothered me so much. And then she went and he went to the bar. And she followed him to the bar. God damn, so fucking.
Well, then it's also something that really made me uncomfortable was like this was crazy to me. She goes then after the funeral, takes her friend out to dinner and kind of confesses
all of this.
All of it. And her friend was so immediately like, what? I was like, you should have more of a reaction.
I feel like her friend is
well-adjusted human being would have more of a reaction. You're fucking crazy.
I think her friend is, they have that kind of weirdly established at the beginning. She's like, no, they're inviting you to watch. It's open. Just fucking watch.
That was fine. That was fun. That was kinky voyeurism. This is crazy.
I feel like the way that she's trying to help her friend in distress, not be like, you're a fucking nightmare.
No, totally. I'm not. What I'm saying is that was her honest reaction. She wasn't like, okay, like it's okay, that's fine. She was really super nonchalant about a moment of quote unquote infidelity causing to the suicide of her partner and her friend. I would assume that, like it's someone. I felt
like she was trying to be supportive for her. It felt like I need to support my friend here and not freak out.
But she didn't have that vibe to her. She didn't have.
I got that.
Oh, I didn't feel that at all. I felt she was just really like. Pfft.
No, I felt like she was trying to be like, hey, remember, this is not your fault.
Build a fucking bridge. That's what it felt like.
And she was, I was waiting for someone to be like, you need to fucking go to therapy. This woman needs so much therapy right now. All she needs is therapy. And her friend's like, you need to start therapy tomorrow. I was like, yes.
But then she has that really creepy thing about, I just need to see him one more time. I was like, man, the body ain't even cold, really. It is just put in the ground. That feels pretty heartless, actually. And I don't like this Pippa person. But then I do want to point out that we do have, like you were talking about.
It is about the obsession that is all about it, too. It's like her entire life has been flipped upside down because of this weird obsession that she had with this man and woman and like this voyeuristic lifestyle. And then she got in it and she had crazy wild sex and...
Well, it didn't even seem that wild.
Oh, crazy passionate sex.
I didn't even seem that passionate. Well, it was like...
It's very steamy.
And the end of it, like, the femme fatale thing that was really shoved in there. And then the wildly illegal move of taking them, drugging them, putting them
to your work.
Taking them to your work, drugging them at your work.
And then blinding them.
Putting them on the laser machine and blinding them, just burning their retinal out of their eye sockets. I
was like, this is a really cool idea of like use.
But again, why is it in this movie?
And that's the statement is like they can never see again, the voyeuristic, the eyes. It's about
but
the perception of what you it's taking
Pippa, you started it.
Yeah. She didn't.
She did.
They
caught them, right? Oh no, they had him sign the lease.
The lease. It was they owned
planning
that loft.
Yeah, they were planning
it the entire time. They were trapped. So like, yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. Is like poor Pippa was thrown into this horrible manipulation game. She's not making great choices, and I don't agree with the stuff that she did. But at the end of the day, Julia and Seb were manipulating both
from the get-go.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
Like they're true fucking psychos.
It also had a real Dorian Gray feel to it. Like a modern.
How so?
Just the young, like, I don't know, the decadent party, and he's dressed up as a satyr, and I don't know, that whole thing felt very Dorian Gray to me.
Do you mean just like that lifestyle?
Because like a modern take on Dorian Gray and the excess and the
minus the immortality, because he keeps Dorian Gray to think of immortality. That's a big
the sex and the drugs and the alcohol and the infidelity and
who was that Greek?
The hedonism
Who's
to
that
it.
Greek god? Not Greek god. A Greek emperor that
Caligula.
Very
Very hedonistic in that
Yeah.
way, and the fact that they're young and they're hot. And I was just like, gives me that vibe.
Well, what would you give it rating?
I'll give bottom of the barrel for me.
A 1?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I really hate it. I've never. Mm-mm.
I mean, I'm never gonna watch it, but I wouldn't give it a 1. I'd
really
give it a
don't.
2.
Well, didn't we? What did we give? We gave Guns Akimbo a 2. I think that was better than this. Mayhem. What did we? 2.5. The Belko Experiment 2 and a 2.5.
Yeah, but we're getting really judgy.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead 2. Man. The Burbs we gave a 3. Yeah, I still stand by that. No, not really, because Exhibiting Forgiveness we gave a 4. Loving Vincent with 3. No, I think that we just had a couple 2s. If you want to give it 2, that's fine.
What a 1.5?
Sure.
Meet in the middle.
Okay. I really. Oh yeah,
because I think there is like a lot of because the cinematography, the editing of this film, there is an interesting story. Like it's an interesting web of lies and a reveal of like, oh, Julie, like, there's interesting things happening that kept me invested. I just think everything was poorly executed. Like the dialogue's not very good. The acting is super stiff.
I think I was trying to think. What was the worst? I was trying to think of the last worst, like terrible Turkey Hollow.
Oh my god!
This is up there. What episode is that?
269.
269. I'm kind of curious now. What did
I think we
give
gave that like a 1.5 or a 2.
Here it is, Turkey Hollow. We gave that a 1.
We gave that a 1.
Yeah, so 1.5. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turkey Hollow.
Because the 0.5 is for the cinematography and just the way the movie looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is okay. In that comparison, this is better than Turkey Hollow. Congratulations. Okay. So, and then let's randomly generate our stars, and then we'll go into what we're gonna do next week.
Yeah, your through line. I'm curious.
That feels stupid.
Notorious. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Do you when
That won't work.
When you're doing that, do you like start with? Do you keep one actor, or does it randomly generate both at the same time?
You do random individually.
Okay.
That's not gonna work. Bradley Cooper to Al Pacino. That's not gonna work because Bradley Cooper's in Limitless with Robert De Niro.
Oh.
So there you go.
Yeah. And
Jack Black to Kristen Bell.
sure, let's just do it. Just commit. I'm sure that'll be an easy one.
Yeah. All right. So my through line is the cinematographer for this movie, Alicia Christian, who did a 2017 movie called Columbus. It is a coming of age drama with John Cho, Haley Lou Richardson, and Parker Posey.
Columbus?
Columbus.
Like Columbus Day.
Columbus, Indiana. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is about a Korean-born man that finds himself stuck in Columbus, Indiana, while his father's in a coma, and he ends up meeting a young woman who's trying to help her mother with addiction, and
Oh, okay.
just like so it feels a very dialogue-heavy.
Is it Michael Cho?
John
John Cho.
Cho.
Did I put two? Yeah.
and then so with them and the dialogue, coming of age, and then dialogue, and then the cinematography of this, I was like, that actually sounds really interesting.
Actually, yeah, totally.
So yeah, we're gonna do Columbus next week.
Cool.
Gonna have to rent that on Amazon though, or watch on Tubi, but Tubi has ads, and I don't want to do that. This does not feel like an ad kind of movie.
No, anything it's kind of like a drama-ish.
Or-
It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
And then he said, it cuts to
DoorDash.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Facebook. That's where all of our promos are, so you can see what's coming up. Join us next week for another episode of The Through Line with 2017's Columbus. Like, share, comment, play the game. We'll see you next week. This is Tommy.
It's Jacob. It's Tom. What the?
Tommy and Jacob's
Jacob's
mixtape.
mixtape. Oh.